Welcome to another meeting of TVholics Anonymous.
My name is Ruru and I am a TVholic.
My name is Mimi and I'm a TVholic. So we're going to be talking The Valley today.
Okay. What are your thoughts on The Valley?
What episode we're on? I actually, do you know what? When I went to go watch it, I was like, episode 6? It feels like so much has happened.
Stop for a second. Are you holding it from the bottom? Because there's a lot of noise. Okay. Anyway, sorry about that, guys. That was just a technical talk that we had there.
Yeah. I think I was so shocked that it's only episode 6.
Yeah, so much has happened.
So much. I feel like we're at episode like 12 or something crazy. So anyway, we left off last episode with
the lingering
everyone
tensions.
in the room. Yeah, everyone in Brittany and Zack's room because they were confronting Nia.
Yeah.
About how she lies.
So basically, who was going in on her really hard? Basically, it was
Jasmine
Brittany
and
Brittany and Jasmine. They were like really going on her. But I understand why Jasmine's going in on her because of all the like trauma from the you don't want to be groped ever. Like you and your partner got groped.
But they never said. But okay, listen, I'm gonna shock her because I have, I guess, up until this point been like Nia's like they do hide some shit.
No, I've always liked Nia. You've always been a Nia hater.
No, I just feel like there's something under the surface because she's so like passive and like Daniel, and I just feel like something's gonna explode in her. I said that last season when we were talking about this, but I think that I really felt bad for her, and I'm definitely I was team Nia on this episode.
Tears came out my eyes when she was talking.
Tears came out of your eyes.
Yeah, tears came out of my eyes. For Nia.
Because her friends are being mean to her. Like what?
No, with her backstory.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, we'll get to that. But for this specific moment in time where Brittany and Jasmine are going in on her, I understand Jasmine's perspective, but just say it to her face. Like they can't stop but being just like attacking her in the moment. And even when Daniel came in, she was like, "You don't need to be here, Daniel," and then she took him out. And as she was leaving, she said to Brittany, "Look, I understand your side of things. It's fine. Like I get it." And as she was leaving, they were still going in on her. Like Jasmine was still like, saying, "Oh, and no one said I have to speak for Brittany because she has to put her whole life, every little bit of her life, every little part of it, all on TV. She doesn't have to put her life on TV. Let me just say this to you.
Who, Brittany?
Not everyone wants to have all their friends gather around them every time. Like, oh my God, Jax did this to me. He chucked a table at me, and everyone come to my house now.
I can't stand Brittany.
Everyone come to my house now. We're going to talk about it in front of my kid. Everyone doesn't want to. It's not like you. They want to put all their dirty laundry out there. Gather everyone around their house after they have a traumatic experience with their husband, and then talk about it in front of their kids. Not everyone wants to do that, Brittany.
Exactly, but that's what I find really frustrating. I've said it in the last podcast episode as well, that I just can't stand Brittany. She's brought this all on herself. Like, she is literally stupid. I'm sorry, I've said it. Because who marries someone that's cheated on them multiple times and who does not give a crap about them at all, and then has a kid with them on top of that, and then stays with them even while it's toxic, and only when you can't take it much longer, like I just can't even get my words out with the like stupidity.
And I just don't think. I think they're obviously saying, in behind the scenes they keep going. So obviously Nia left with Daniel, and as soon as she leaves, Janet decides to pipe up to stir the shit again. When they just kind of resolved it, Nia was like, "That's fine, Brittany. I understand. I'm just gonna go now," and they could have just left it at that. But no, Janet comes in with her fucking stirring wand and says, "Yeah, because by the way, guys, I was in the pantry and Daniel came in and he shut the door behind him and was chugging tequila." Why couldn't you have said that then in the moment? Because you want to stir up some shit again after Nia's left. Everyone, don't be happy with Nia. We need you to be angry still. Let me just bring in this little bit of detail as well so we can rile you up again.
Yeah, she didn't say it in front of Nia.
No.
Both times she didn't say it in front of Nia.
Confessional, she says, "Oh, I just want Nia to know that we're going to be there for her. Like I've been through similar experience." You didn't say that in the moment. I know they do later. We'll get to the dinner. They do say it later. But if you were a real proper friend, you would have just said it in the moment. We're just worried that when Daniel drinks, like he can act a bit out of character. I saw him chugging some tequila as well, and Nia could have just there and then squashed that. But Janet decides to rile everyone up, and then Jasmine's like, yeah, like you're like I can't get over the fact of what he did in Halloween. Like, again, you should have said it to Nia in that moment. Get everything
Yeah.
off your chest then. That means
Everyone,
you're hiding shit as well and not being honest.
yeah, and everyone's a bit of a pussy, basically. If you
And
think
I'm
about
actually surprised that Brittany and Zack were okay
it. Yeah,
after
because they
all of
got
that.
bigger problems with the Nia situation, so they table their stuff, you know.
I don't know if that will come back round. They'll have
There was
like.
hardly much Zack in this episode, because last episode featured a lot of Zack, and there's hardly much Zack in this
Hold
episode.
on. Wait a
Sandra,
minute. That's all he did the whole time. He was just like, wait, Daniel. Oh no, Daniel, you need to get out of here, Daniel. You need to get out of here, Daniel. He's
I
just.
can't stand Daniel as well. Like, I'm sorry, but like, Nia's
What did
so
you think about when they went back to the room?
nice and beautiful, and like she doesn't need like someone crappy like Daniel.
Very pretty, honestly. She's
Yeah.
beautiful. What do you think about? So they went back to the room and Nia just downloaded information to him about what happened.
I think she was trying to prevent him from talking as well, so he didn't say anything stupid because she kept cutting him off.
Yeah.
And also, I just want to say that he was on Watch What Happens Live. Did you watch the episode with Jessie Lally? And Andy hates them. And
Andy
I could
hates
not
them, yeah,
stand.
definitely.
He hates them both, yeah. And
He hates Jessie especially.
Yeah. And I could not stand Danny's laugh. Like,
It was
he's
an
so
awkward laugh.
annoying. No, it's just constantly like grates on you. It's like, you know that comedian
Yeah, it's a bit.
that comedian what's his name? On Netflix he has a special a British comedian.
Oh, I know you're talking about.
He just keeps doing that and it's so annoying.
Oh, it's gonna
like, I just
bug
feel
me.
like he's tall and skinny, got black hair, white.
He's not tall and skinny.
Yeah, tall. You know that.
I know who you're talking about. It will come to me.
He's like in his 50s or something.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. And he's like, and he's not even funny. He's not funny. He's not funny at all. I find it really hard to laugh these days at comedians because they're not funny.
Michael McIntyre.
No, not him.
Oh.
He's the plump one.
Alan Carr?
Yeah, that's it. Have you heard him?
Oh, yeah, I have. Oh, no, his laugh is crazy. No, his laugh is great. His laugh is... He has a weird laugh. Okay.
After every joke he tells, why are you laughing at yourself, dummy? Why are you laughing at yourself? You ain't even funny.
Oh, a lot of comedians. I mean, I laugh at myself when I think I make a joke.
But you don't have an annoying, horrible laugh. Okay, like him. Those kind of people should be like.
So it could be annoying.
What's that got to do with a comedian laughing and irritating the hell out of everyone? Who can stand going to his shows and watching him going after every joke?
Well, I don't know. I never noticed Daniel's laugh, so.
Oh my god, just watch that episode again. Watch like 5 minutes of it and you'll hear like every 5 seconds he's going he's going
but we bring up in the conversations that she was having with him that he does do an awkward, like, I can tell that you're like you're trying to hide things and you're being awkward about things with your laugh. And
but he doesn't.
I guess she was just trying to say in the moment, get the words out, because she was like kind of like processing everything. That I just don't understand, like, why can't they just say things to my face? And little does she know they're still not saying things to her face, obviously, and they do by the end.
This entire episode, they still at the end after the dinner they'd still.
Yeah, no, I know that. Yeah, but they talk after, but they still get a little bit more out. And so she realizes, she thinks at this point, like, everyone's got what they want off their chest, but she's just saying, I can't believe that they're going behind my back. But look, believe it, girl, I do think that you're just not cut out for the program.
No, I think she'll do good on the program, but I feel like
if you're never going to have any conflict or any or you want to be passive, it's difficult. But
Danny is just like a dud. Like, he's just like, I feel like there's like air in his brain. Like, there's nothing there. Like, don't you feel like there's nothing going on upstairs in Danny's head? There's nothing going on at all. He's just kind of useless.
He's definitely, because she kept saying that that they keep saying that, you know, Danny, you went to sleep because you were tired, and I kept saying that, but I know you were drunk too, but I just didn't say it. Why can't two things be true? And he was like, wait a minute. But he was like, wait a minute, I wasn't drunk. Daniel.
Oh god.
let's not
That's
die
like,
on that cross. Like,
yeah, but that's
honestly.
why I can't stand that man either, because he's just useless
Be
and she can
honest
be
with
so much better.
yourself. You were drunk. Let's not. He's obviously sensitive. I think he's probably sensitive from the Halloween thing, the Jasmine
No,
thing.
because he
So
didn't
he's
even
trying to say, he's trying to himself cover up to be like, I don't want to make this a thing because I don't have a drinking problem. I
when
don't
they
have.
when they flash back to that, yeah, he's just acting like it's like nothing. He's just like so dopey and like so dumb, like it just like really like irritate, grind, like it's just like
I'm not finding him that annoying. I'll be honest. I
I
still
do.
think like I mean, look, he
He's
ranks
not.
probably second best from the guys.
Well,
I mean,
who's
it's a bad
first
bunch.
then?
It's a bad bunch, but probably
Who's
Luke
first?
at the moment is first.
Uh,
Um,
yeah, and then I'd say that it's Zack.
ugh. No, he's a shit stirrer. Like, I don't
Yeah,
know
but
what he's like in a
he's better than
relationship. I'm sure he's
Jason.
fine.
He's better than Jason and a
Oh, he's
grabby
better than Jason. I thought it would
and
be
a
third
grabby
after
man.
Daniel. I thought it would
Daniel's
be
grabby.
Daniel and then. Well, I don't know actually. Yeah, probably Zach. Zach second, and then Daniel third. Okay, so then we move on to can't remember. So obviously during that period of everyone having that spat, Jesse, Kristen, and Luke are MIA. They're at the dinner still, and then they say, "Oh, we're going to go to the hot tub or something."
Oh yeah.
And so they
I missed
leave.
everything.
They leave the next day. They leave without telling
Yeah, and Danny.
Jasmine, Brittany, and who else? Was it Zach and Janet? They just leave without saying anything, and Jason, because they think it's really awkward. Um, then Michelle meets a favorite of ours from Vanderpump.
Oh God.
Sheena.
Gina, oh, okay, I've got so much to say about Gina, okay? Gina came with all her desperate energy to desperately get herself on this show. She already
Yeah,
tried to get on the show by
so
having
much.
that phone call earlier on early
Yeah,
episodes, and
yeah.
now she's like, "Please pick me, pick me." She's a pick me girl, and she's like, "Pick
It's
me,
time to
pick
go
me."
on a walk. It's time to go on a walk and Runyon Canyon.
And you can see the desperation oozing out of her pores that she needs to be on this show, okay? And I
Honestly,
can't stand Sheena anymore because I was Team Sheena, and then she treated Ariana like crap that last season of Vanderpump Rules. And she just flipped on Ariana, and she was meant to be Ariana's. She's my best friend. She's always like, she's my best friend, one of my best friends. And
they
who
just
treats
got
one of their best
jealous.
friends like
That's what
that?
it was. They just got jealous of
Yeah, but
Ariana's
so
success after.
you're not. You're meant to be happy for your friends if you're a
No,
genuine
but that's
friend.
not Sheena. Everyone knows Sheena's a selfish person. It's all about her. The wedding, everything. Everything's all about her. So she
Well,
cannot stand it. She
that's
cannot
not a good
stand
friend.
it. Come on, how many times she said, I wanted to be on Dancing with the Stars. What do you call it? Dancing with the Stars is my favorite thing, and I really wanted to be on it. And you
Oh
know,
God, just can't. I can't
um,
deal with her. Talking about that, did you see Ariana on Watch What Happens Live?
hmm?
Did you see Ariana on Watch What Happens Live? I can't remember who she was with.
Yeah, but I do feel like she's a different person.
Yeah, because
She obviously
she's
has
so
more
damaged. She's like traumatized from that
No, not
whole
from the
experience.
damage, but I think she's a different person from like she's more of a figurehead, like a public figure now. So I think
Yeah,
she has to be careful. She doesn't want to get cancelled from like doing her gigs in Love Island and stuff. So she
yeah.
does have to be prim and proper. She can't just be, Ariana from LA who works in
From
surf.
Vanderpump
Like
Rules,
there's
wild
no
Vanderpump Rules.
yeah, and Vanderpump Rules. Like there's no risk that run if you act like a nutcase and
And did you know that
it's
what's her
fine.
name? Rachel Raquel is with a rocket scientist now.
I don't know. No, don't really care, to be
Gross.
honest. What the gross?
No, she's just gross. She's a gross
Oh,
human
okay.
being. Okay.
Okay, so getting back to it, so they're at Runyon Canyon going for a walk,
Yeah,
Michelle and Sheena.
and desperate
And
Sheena.
Michelle says that basically her boyfriend Aaron, crazy bug-eyed man, he is not really happy with Jesse and doesn't like and really can't put up with it in their relationship that she's got a crazy ex.
Yeah, he might want to break up with her because of that.
So he's threatened to break up with her.
And then proceeds to talk about how, oh, you know that since I've been with him, I've just been so happy,
Yeah.
and you've never seen me happy like this ever before. Or hang on,
You've
you've
never seen me
never seen me
happy.
happy like this ever before.
I am just so happy when I am with Aaron and also happy when I'm with Isabel.
And they make me
Jesse is
happy.
Disaster.
You are a disaster.
Disaster. So then, so what do you think about that? I think that if he really cares and loves her, he would deal with
Wait,
it. Because
oh yeah,
I think it's a lot of pressure for him to be like, sort that guy out, then we can be together. She can't sort him out. Jesse's crazy. So it's
yeah,
not her job to do that. Like, just deal with it and give her some constructive criticism and support her and be like, maybe when he just, when you see him, just say hi. Like, keep it simple. Don't try and trigger him. You know his like trigger spots. He knows yours. All you can do is try and not trigger him so he doesn't trigger you. Like, give her some
yeah,
constructive
yeah,
criticism and be like, unless you sort him out, like, just I'm gonna leave you. Like,
yeah.
and then she's like, but I'm not gonna let that happen to us. I will not let Jesse get in the way of our relationship. It's like,
I can't
that.
understand why they just can't like just be civil. Just call it a truce now, isn't it? They
I'm
should just
sorry,
be
like
like,
in the day and age of Cassie's husband having to deal with her fucking
oh
crazy
God,
dot bastard of an ex,
have you been listening to
and
the
he's standing
drama
by
the file?
her side, right?
You know
Like,
what he
what the
did? The
fuck?
latest thing, Kid
I know,
could,
yeah. He said that
yeah,
he was.
yeah. No, he blew up his car, and
Yeah, I heard that. I
he
heard
tried to
that.
kill him, and like
I
there's
heard
so
that.
much stuff. I
Anyway,
can't.
let's not get sidetracked with that. But all I'm trying to make the point is that there are loads of people that have crazy exes. Like, help them,
Yeah.
support them through it. Like, it's not like let's just isolate them and leave them. If you actually really love that person, you wouldn't do that. It's like a family
Also,
member. Like, you're not just going to be like, sorry, I'm going to dump you now. Like,
yeah, but I think he wants to dump her now because he got what he wanted.
an excuse.
He got his honey mentioned on the show, like marketed for him.
Yeah,
That's
I
what.
don't trust him. I don't think he's
Yeah, he's
genuine.
really
And
seedy and
she's an
weird.
idiot for also, just like she said, why are you bringing your girlfriend around my child? She's
You
an
did the
idiot
same
for
thing,
bringing
dummy.
her kid around her. Like now if he's threatening to leave, what's she going to tell Isabel if he leaves? So
Nothing,
you're an
nothing.
idiot too. You're an idiot too. And Sheena's like, I think your relationship. I can't do a voice right now.
Yeah, I
I
think your
think your
relationship is
relationship is
great.
so yeah.
Your relationship is so great.
She says that about everyone's fucking relationship. She can't see a bad relationship. She can't sniff it out at all.
You
She's
can't.
a
No, she's
bad
got.
judge of everything.
Yes, yes, Sheena. You just no. We don't want you on the show. None of the audience wants Lala and Sheena, who are the desperados,
Lol.
to be on the show. Okay, we don't want you. Get off the goddamn show. Go live in the valley. Be
Yeah, and
happy.
he's
Do
like,
something else.
she's like, I'm so close with Sheena for the last few years. She is
She.
such a good person. Said no one.
How?
So,
How is she a good person?
oh my gosh. I don't know, is Ariane and Sheena not friends then?
No, I think she said on Watch What Happens Live that we are friends, but I mean we're not as close as we used to be. She said that's what
Yeah,
Ariana said.
that's what I
She
heard,
goes, I
yeah.
would have been at her party. She had just had her
But she's
birthday.
really close to Kristen still.
She had her birthday on May 1st, and she goes, I would have been there, but I've got to do this thing in Broadway or something like that, or like so I'm not there. I'm not in LA, so I would have gone. But
Yeah.
like she goes,
Okay,
we're not as
so
close.
yeah. Kristen and Luke, they got a new place. Or
Oh
they're
yeah, yeah,
renting a new place.
yeah. So Kristen and Luke. Kristen is coming off so great, just like last
So good.
season that I
Like
said
that
last episode.
when Jasmine came to meet them and they were sitting by the pool and they were basically dissecting because they obviously weren't there for that whole fight, so they were talking about it and Jasmine was saying that, look, I just feel like I'm triggered by every time he drinks, and Luke was like, look, you all fucking drink, so what's the big deal? Like, you all drink. If he, whatever reason he had to pass out and get tired, like drinking, tired, whatever it is, combination, and Kristen was like, yeah, I feel like if I was in that position and someone said like, what, where is he gone? I'd just be like, he's tired, he's gone to sleep. I wouldn't think about the drink because we all drink and it's just a normal thing. And Jesse was acting like a fucking nut, drinking 2 bottles of champagne before.
Yeah,
No one says
no one said
anything to him.
anything.
He's got a drinking problem.
And in
He called his
fact,
wife a whore.
yeah,
He
and
called his
in
wife
fact,
a whore.
no, but in fact, yeah. What's that?
Where's this conversation?
Who's Janet's man again? What's his name?
Jason.
Jason. Okay, Jason was actually placating to him, like he was just like pampering him and telling him, "Oh, you're great, you're great."
Yeah, he even went as far as letting him talk to his wife like shit. So
yeah, and I
and he
felt
was
sorry
like,
for
"That's
Janet that episode.
fine." So all those things that Jesse does turn into a raging alcoholic, abusive with his words, but that's fine.
Yeah, but also Jason this episode had the nerve to say, "I need to have a talk to Danny because
Oh
this
yeah,
is
at the
not
end.
on."
But
And
again,
yeah,
we'll get to it. But yeah, Janet basically runs and says, "This is the conversation we had. I just feel like she's not understanding that he has a problem with his drinking. You just have to admit it. Blah blah blah. Like
yeah,
admit that your friend for 10 years, Jax, only now after 10 years of his abuse and his
it makes no sense what they're
alcoholism and
doing.
his drug addiction, now you want to pipe up. Why was no one saying anything before? Jax, you're abusive and you're verbally abusive to your wife. He was so verbally abusive to her last season
Yeah,
when they went on that holiday together.
I just don't understand like what everyone's motives are really.
Brittany has
Like,
more of a drinking problem. Fucking hell.
and how come we're not talking about her just continually drinking still? And what happened to her like liver problem or whatever was going on with her? Like
That's literal scientific evidence that
her
she's got an
vomiting.
alcohol problem because she
Yeah,
has a
that's
poor,
not
her
normal.
liver is suffering. So let's focus on that rather than,
Wasn't she puking up blood or something?
and
And she had to
I don't
keep
know.
going.
But the thing is that also, let me just remind you that all these examples of people that have alcohol problems on this program, Jesse and Jax, they are also terrible partners and terrible parents.
Yeah, of course, if you're alcoholic.
I don't think Daniel is like the worst partner
Yeah, I don't think he's the worst
because
partner.
he's there and she's constantly helping with the kids and stuff, and I think he's a
Yeah,
great dad.
yeah.
So okay, you've got like a problem. You need to reassess your alcohol stuff. But I think he binge drinks and then goes crazy. I don't think he wakes up drinking. He is looking after his kids. He is doing other stuff. He's
I
working.
think he binge
Whereas
drinks when he's having
these
time
guys
off.
are drinking constantly.
Yeah.
That's the alcohol problem. That's the alcoholism because you're drinking constantly and you are a shit husband and you're a shit pet dad. So
Did you say pet dad?
shit dad. So
Oh,
put that in your pipe and suck it or whatever they say. Smoke
smoke
it.
it. Not suck it. Now let's move on to Jessie having that session with
Oh my god!
what was that, life coach or what was it
That
called?
fucking life coach is evil and is not a good life coach.
Yeah, but at least he's telling him to move on, like stop
No, he
reacting, move
gaslights
on.
him so bad.
Yeah, he
It's
does.
not
He
his
does. But
job to say that Michelle's a terrible person and she's projecting onto you. That's not his job.
but you know why he's doing that? He's doing that because he knows that his client wants what's it called? Affirmation of what he's done. Like
It
like he
doesn't.
wants.
That's not his
No,
job though.
no.
That's not
Wait,
a good
I know
life
that.
coach.
It doesn't matter, but that's why he's doing it, and he knows that he's going to still get paid, and this man's going to want him to come over all the time. That's why
I
he's
don't
doing it.
care. I don't
To
care.
keep
But
his
this
job,
life
to keep
coach,
his
this life
livelihood
coach
going.
is gaslighting him and saying that
Yeah, he's
she
terrible
only
life
said
coach.
those things that you're a cheater because she's the cheater. She
But
was cheating on you for 2 years, and now she said these
yeah,
things to you. Everyone wants to get
there's no
what she
moral
did.
ground here. There's no moral
Where is
ground
your
here because he's a
fact?
life coach. And life
Where is
coaches
your?
listen, life coaches are charlatans. They make things up. They're liars. They're like idiots. They're like, who's a life
Fucking
coach?
infuriating. It's not a life coach. It's a yes man. That's what he is. It's
A
a yes
life
man
coach
who's
is
like, yeah,
just an
everything you
idiot.
said is real. She's been cheating you for 2 years. We don't need any evidence. I'm just going to take it for face value. And you're letting her do this to you. She's a bad
I
person.
know, but there's no moral ground here because
No,
life
I
coaches
know.
are
But
stupid.
all I'm trying to say is
Not a
that the
real
life
job.
coach is, but we know the life coach is shit because all that stuff just goes into, it enables Jesse to being like, yeah,
Yeah,
she
because he's a
did cheat
toxic
on me,
male.
and she's now trying to flip it on me. So now he goes into that next conversation with her with all that anger again. So it's counterproductive because I don't really understand. He's saying you can deal with your
Yeah, I
reaction to
know.
things,
Yeah,
but you
yeah.
just riled him up with all that prior information.
Yeah, but we're repeating ourselves now. So let's move on to the next thing. So he made
No,
him
but what
scream. I
about, did
thought,
you think about his metaphor in the garden? I didn't get any of that. You are a garden and you are the water. You need to.
yeah, it
And
doesn't. He's
Jesse,
just chatting shit, and he thinks that Jesse wants him to hear.
couldn't understand any of that. His face was like blank.
Yeah, so it's just all a bunch of rubbish. But the only good thing that came out of it was saying you don't have to react. You're the one who's looking bad, so that's good. So at least he won't be causing her problems. You know what I mean? So
He's
he's
not
like,
going to
yeah, I
listen
need
to
to learn to let
that.
it go.
Is he going to listen to his bullshit?
But apparently he's saying that everything's great with
Yeah, I heard that. I heard that.
Yeah,
But we'll
so
see. When Michelle came on, I don't remember her reacting like that and saying everything's great with
yeah,
him.
yeah.
I
But
don't remember.
he's
I've
full
got to
of shit.
rewatch
He's
that.
full of shit. That man is full of shit. So
Everything can be great on his side, but he's got a warped sense of reality. So, and then I think Isabel was really cute. I just find her cute.
yeah. But that's towards the end. So what happens next?
No, but we can.
Oh yeah. Oh,
talk
that's
it
when.
after.
Okay, everyone goes to not everyone. It's the new house, the new rented house that they've got. That
Brittany has.
not Brittany. That they just got the new house. What's their names? Luke and Kristen. Luke and
Just
Kristen's
Jasmine
got a
goes
new
there.
house, and then Jasmine goes there. And she was looking to get like confirmation to get like them on her side with the whole Danny situation. And when they didn't, she kind of like dropped the conversation. She tried
we
like
talked about
twice.
how, like I said, like Luke was.
Yeah.
We talked about how I said Luke was kind of saying like everyone
and they-
gets drinks in this group, so what's the big deal?
And then they did that weird sitcom thing where they all jumped in the pool at the end. I did some like weird graphics on the screen and like like sepia like tone as well they used.
Yeah, so I was just saying like with the Jessie thing we can just like close it off because there's no further thing from there apart from that. Then after that whole thing with the life coach, he ended up being with Isabella, having his time with Isabella at home,
Yeah, he was
and
just cooking and stuff,
Isabella was being all cute, and then they got a call on the iPad,
and
and
he was
she
trying to
answered
look like the perfect dad the whole time, like he was acting.
Yeah. She answered it and she said, "Guess what? I found your key," or whatever. And she said, "I'll come drop it off to you. I'll be there in 5 minutes." Then when she got to the door, she just like stayed at the door. Like this is one example of like
No, but
I
it's
just
good. They
feel
were still
like
they were being civil, so it was all right.
no, but they weren't. Like I think in Isabel's eyes and anyone's eyes, kids can pick up on loads of things. Like if she was just like to Jessie said, "Oh, did you bring my this?" Like it was very passive, and she was like, "No, I didn't have time," or whatever. All they have to do in those moments is fake it and just be like, "Oh, hey Jessie, how was your day?" So for Isabel, it feels like, "Oh, mummy and daddy like are fine."
They can't even be nice to each
But
other.
they can't look above that at the moment. But that's what I just feel like they just need to get to that. And if you fake it for a while, it will become fine. What's the harm in saying that just for Isabel and being like, "Oh, do you not want to come in to Michelle? And do you not want to come into Michelle?" And those little things I think will make it easier for Isabel.
Exactly.
Okay, so now I think the last thing is the dinner, right?
Yeah, I think the dinner.
Yeah.
So the dinner.
No, actually, Luke went to go get a ring.
Oh yeah, so everyone's favorite jeweler on
Kyle
Bravo.
Chan.
Yeah, Kyle Chan. On Bravo and on what was that show? Bling Empire as well.
Was he on Bling Empire?
Do you remember that woman, the one with the crazy cat face? She died from Bling Empire.
Oh really?
Yeah.
From what? OD.
I don't know. She just died.
Wow. I need to research
the main character. Bling Empire. Can't believe she died. Anyway, I digress.
Yeah, so they went to go to Kyle Chan to go get find an engagement ring with Luke went with Daniel.
Yeah, so I think he's spending way too much money on that engagement ring.
Why
not just spend all the money on the house?
I'm so happy that like God forbid, like this is the one person in the whole Bravo that's like, please do not spend too much money on my ring. Like I'm gonna kill you.
Because she wants to spend money on the house. Probably.
Yeah, but
that's
like
what you should do.
how good? I don't know anyone else in the whole of Bravo that has said something like that. Any of the females, they're like, "You better get me." Like Lindsay. I don't think Lindsay would have said that. I'll be honest.
I don't think anyone would actually. And that was really sensible and well done. Kristen's really turned into like such a outstanding woman right so far from what I've seen. Like honestly, she's really grown.
Literally, she's really grown. And I never thought that she was like a terrible person. I think she just
I never thought she was terrible either.
She was not like a horrible.
I just thought she was crazy.
The drinking, like she couldn't handle it when she was younger, and I think she made poor decisions with relationships. Obviously,
and then
she's learned from it.
Led by her emotions as well, extremely emotional.
Honestly, her history of men, like James and Sandoval, they are the worst kind of men.
Yeah, so
I
they
just don't know.
obviously they fuck with your head as well, like things like that.
But she's done so well to come out of that.
Yeah. I'm proud of Kristen. Kristen, if you're listening to this, well done, Kristen. We support you.
We're really
Team
happy
Kristen.
for you. Yeah. Okay, so we're done there. So we're going to the main event.
The main event.
So Brittany calls everyone around for like a hashing out after Santa Barbara, after what happened, just to kind of hash
And
it
how
out
are you
and make
affording
amends.
a private chef? And you've used him before lots of times. When you
Oh yeah, I think he's been there. Was he not the one when they had a dinner? They had an argument. So Jack
she said,
and Brittany's argument.
So she said that they've had him several times before. But they love him and stuff like that. But guess what? Yeah, how are you affording him when you basically you're living in a rented house? Yeah, you've got another house that you guys are paying a mortgage for, you and Jack, and everything's up in the air, and you're trying to make money, and like you don't know if this show's gonna work for you or
Jack's bar
not.
must be doing well.
Whatever. Anyway, so like they're wasting money yet again. People on this show waste money when they don't have it. Okay,
of course.
Stop spending money you don't have, you idiot. Okay.
That's what they're good at. So
Yeah. So now Brittany, now they're bitching about Nia before she gets there. Then when she gets there and Kristen gets there as well, like they're like just everyone's being civil and like on the like very surface level.
Yeah,
and
it's like an awkward moment.
Yeah, they had that awkward moment. And then they get into the meat of things. Yeah, they get into the thick of it.
Yeah, Brittany starts by saying like, I just wanted to get everyone here for you, Nia, because we just want you to not feel like we are kind of coming down on you. We had a lot to drink on that day, which is so hypocritical that Danny's an alcoholic, but we're gonna you blame all your issues on we were drunk, so we acted out of character. That was all your character. There was nothing out of character for that. But anyway, so we drank and we shouldn't have said it the way we did. We didn't want to make you feel like we attacked you.
So frustrating.
And so Nia was like, "Oh, I appreciate that." She was like, "I appreciate that." As of how you guys feel about me hiding things, she's just like, "It's just from my history. Like you guys may not know, but like my childhood was quite difficult. Like it was really sad. Like she said that she grew up in shelters and had to pitch tents.
She said that we didn't go to shelters, but we were couch surfing and we pitched tents in people's backyards.
No, she said shelters as well.
No, she said we didn't go
in
to
and
shelters.
out. Oh, are you sure?
No, she said no. She went no. Oh, my bad. She said we weren't homeless. We weren't on the streets. We were in shelters and people's couches and people's backyards.
Backyards, pitch tents and stuff. And she talked about even in her like early adulthood, she was like sleeping in her work car park and stuff. And how like it was she felt like it was really humiliating and embarrassing. But she's gone through so much, so it's really easy for her to like. She like to keep things to herself. She wants to be positive as opposed to being negative.
She wants to be positive,
I want to show, exactly. And I don't want to air my dirty laundry. And she did talk about in her confessional that yes, we did have the issue with the Halloween stuff, but she said that they went to counselling and they did a lot of work. They did their individual therapy together, marriage counselling, and she feels like they got through it. It's not completely resolved, but they have done something about it. But just that, because she didn't announce it to everyone. Oh, Brittany, I went for my therapy today, and
it's not like something that everyone would announce.
Again, Brittany, no one wants to. You don't have to announce that Jax, was abusive to you, and let's all gather around in my house and talk about it with my child. Like, not everyone wants to do that. So
no one wants to listen to your crap, Brittany. Okay, no one ever wants to listen to your crap. And
I think like that's for normal people, that is the way to deal with things. I don't know how
your laundry out to all your friends, are you? Every little detail about your life.
I don't know, like I said, I don't know how it works on the program. Like, I feel like Bravo wants you to put everything out there.
Yeah, but she did. Eventually she did. She did put it out. So
but I think if you ask her the question,
what's their problem
now?
And
I think her point is that if you ask me the question, I'll address it. Right? So if Jasmine said, then Jasmine brought up, well, I just feel really triggered because of the whole Halloween of it all.
Yeah, fair enough.
So
but what I didn't like about Jasmine saying that, yeah, because I totally understand, like, it's kind of traumatic, like, for you to get like groped by someone, and then you're in your friend group, and then your partner gets groped by them as well, yeah. It's uncomfortable. You don't know where you stand with that person, and you feel like on edge when they're drinking and things like that, and it's like uncomfortable. But what I didn't like, and I like the fact that she said it to her face, but when Nia left, then she started all over again, saying that it wasn't good enough for apology and this and that.
Yeah.
That's what I didn't
And
like about
basically
Jasmine.
she said
And Janet piled on. Janet is the worst. Janet is literally the worst in all
I
of these
like the
people.
fact that during it all, Kristen was like in her confessional, she was like I never knew that about Nia. She was like, if I hear any fucking one thing about Nia, negative about Nia, you're gonna have to deal with me. And I was
Yeah,
like,
but Kristen's like that.
you
She's so
go, girl.
protective.
That's my
She's so
girl.
protective and sweet. Like I really think Kristen's like lovely.
Again,
Like
it was
Spen's just
another
such a
point for
lovely person.
Kristen. Like, so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so Nia was like,
She did that with
she explained
Ariana as well.
Yeah.
She protected him from the demon after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She explained all
Her from the demon.
her stuff about her family. And then Jasmine obviously explained her side of things, and Nia was like, look, I get it, I understand. And then obviously Janet piles in, goes in on her and says, yeah, we just want you to know that, she starts with, it's that compliment before throwing some dirt in her face. She's like, we just want
I
you to
hate
know,
it when people do that. I really hate that.
you can tell us anything. Like, we're here for you. I went through a similar problem with a person that I was with, with my ex, who had a drinking problem and a drug problem. And, and I was like, oh my God, like, honestly, throwing dirt in her face like that, and Nia obviously didn't receive that well, because she hasn't stood here and said, yes, Daniel has it's not for you to say Daniel has a drinking problem.
Yeah, exactly. And it doesn't look like he has a drinking problem either.
All of the people on this program have a drinking problem. Like, at some point in time.
Say that about anyone.
But again, I've never heard you once say that about Jax, that he's got a drinking problem, until he came out with it himself. So who are you to now point fingers?
Shut up, Janet. Shut up. We don't want you in our space.
And in her confessional, oh my God, such a bitch in her confessional. Like, she's like, what did she say? She goes, God forbid I compare a very painful and difficult experience I went through to Nia's perfect fucking husband. She's like, my husband would never do that. She's like, I've never seen. She was like, I'm sorry, my husband's never been caught in a pantry chugging tequila in a confessional. I'm like, you're such a bitch.
What about your husband not backing you up and letting people treat you like shit? What about that?
She's such a self-righteous, like honestly, and I can't deal with her.
No, I can't. I really hate Janet. She is like a toxic, evil person. Like, we've got a few of those in our life. Like, and I think you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And that's Janet. Okay.
Yeah.
And I feel like you can never be around those people. You can never like fix it. They're always going to be that way. They're never gonna change. They're always going to see themselves as right, and everyone else is like wrong, and everyone attack everyone to feel great about themselves. That's what the nature is.
Yeah, the whole comparison of it all, where she's like, you would never find my husband doing this. Like, just don't count your chickens before they hatch. There's going to be some shit coming about in your relationship. So don't.
He's already toxic and crap like you.
He's your bitch boy. He's your bitch boy after you go, oh, I really think
not really, because he doesn't protect her. He doesn't protect her.
No, he doesn't protect her, but he does her dirty work for her. And at the end of when they finished this whole scene, and then she went back home, and she was like, I just really hope that Nia understands that I was coming from a place of like kindness. I want to be able to open up. He really can't handle his alcohol and stuff. Like, he changes, and he needs to reassess the way he is with alcohol and stuff. And then Jason jumps on the bandwagon. Yeah, I really need to have a conversation with him. Go have a conversation with Jax. Go have a conversation with Jessie now. Jessie's your next priority after Jax, not Daniel.
Yeah, shut up, Jason. No one likes you, and you are basically...
Daniel did go to therapy. He has done counselling.
God. He's a clone of Janet, basically. They're like merged into basically there was like an osmosis process there, and they kind of merged into one. Gross.
I don't know.
They're nasty people, and no wonder like birds of a feather flock together. No wonder they're married. Yeah. Like, no wonder he never sees anything wrong in her, because he is like that too.
Yeah. Nia then goes back home and tells Daniel about it all, and they were saying to saying that.
Daniel's reaction was like pathetic. Like,
Yeah,
that's why I can't stand him
so
either.
she said that basically they were saying that Janet compared you to her ex who has a drinking and drug problem. He was like, what? And it was like she was like, and you did also the revelation of the fact that he did say I'm going to go get some tequila. She said you did tell me, but I don't know why you chugged stuff. And I don't know why Janet's making such a big deal. Like, oh, he made me feel so uncomfortable. Like it's not like obviously he was hiding it because he did it in front of you. Like, so was he really hiding it? I just don't know.
I
Did
don't
he
know
not realize
either.
you were there?
Like,
You're saying that he didn't realize you were
I don't think
there?
he was hiding it, but I think he kind of was. He
He
was.
wasn't hiding it because he said, "I'm going to catch up." He came to the dinner to the winery and said, "Guys, I'm going to
Yeah, but
go
I
for
don't
it."
think. Yeah, I just don't get why it's such a big deal when everyone else was like basically getting drunk. Everyone else was like trying to get like basically lit a bit.
Jesse was lit he was nearly got killed on the road. So let's
Yeah,
worry about that. Like, I'm so concerned. Jesse had champagne, 2 bottles of champagne before we go to the winery, and then he was on the road waving down cars, nearly got killed. That's more of a
they
problem.
just decided the mean girls decided to like pick on someone, and
This is the
they got
season to
together
pick
and they're
on.
like let's get them because it's not fair that they're dirty, that she looks so great all the time on screen, and her husband, and they have like the perfect relationship, and it's not fair, and we've all been attacked for various different things, and it's not fair, and let's get them. I don't think
Basically,
Jasmine was of that mindset. I think she's
yeah, I
just
think
solely on her situation that happened, but she jumped in on that as well because like they're
Janet's been flaming the fire, like
yeah, but
fanning the fire.
they're like on her side, so
Yeah.
she's like there
But
too.
what's happening is slowly from from the first season is what I'm real like. Janet is the source of a lot of problems because she stirs so
Yeah,
much shit, and obviously
how can you be friends with that kind of person?
Kristen has gone to the opposite side of Janet. Zack kind of went there. He knows what she's like, and now
Yeah,
Nia is also gone to that side too. So
yeah,
she will always have Brittany because Brittany just follows and she doesn't have any thoughts in her head. Like
yeah. There's like nothing going
her
on
thoughts in her
upstairs.
head are other people, huh?
Yeah, there's nothing going on
Her
upstairs.
thoughts are other people's thoughts. There's nothing authentic to her thoughts.
Yeah,
She just gets other people's words in from their mouth and puts it into her head.
she's a
And
dummy.
Jasmine, I don't know. Obviously, she's got her own reasons for the way she
Yeah,
thinks
I
right
don't
now.
think
But
she'd be reacting like this. Yeah, if that whole
that
situation
didn't
with Danny
happen.
didn't happen. Yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
yeah,
That's true. That's a really good point. That if that didn't happen with her on Halloween, I don't think she'd be that bothered.
yeah. She'd just be like, guys, this is like what are you saying? Because
Where everyone's
like
drunk
last
in front of
season she
you.
was kind of the voice of reason, kind of ish as well. And I feel like
Yeah.
sometimes she's the voice of reason in this. But not here, not here. But
No,
and
I
I
do.
understand why. I understand why as well because like she's triggered. Like she
Yeah.
said she's triggered,
Okay.
and I'd be triggered too. I'd be on edge. Wouldn't you be on edge, like waiting for someone else's husband to grope you and your partner? It's
Yeah.
uncomfortable. It's scary and uncomfortable, like because you don't know how other people are going to react to it, and like are you going to look like you're doing something with that person's partner? Are people going to
Maybe
drink?
I don't think she's had much resolve in her conversation with Daniel.
Yeah,
Obviously.
because he's like an airhead, and he's just like,
So
I didn't want
she
you to feel
maybe
that
say
way.
like, I want to have a conversation. Yeah, but if she doesn't feel resolved from it, then she should just say like, could I have a conversation with you and Daniel so I can just hash it out with both of
Or
you?
maybe even not on camera if they really want to
Yeah,
hash it
yeah,
out.
exactly, or something. I don't know, but I think there's a better way to go about it. I just don't think it's not coming
Yeah,
out
I think
right.
it's turned into a messy situation. Too much of a mess.
Yes. I think that was the end, right?
Yeah, I think that's it. So we'll be back soon with a recap
Summer
of
House.
Summer House and some other shows as well. But also we want to do other things, like we said. Don't forget to give us 5 stars rating so we know that you guys like us or want to hear from us. And also follow us on Twitter, and we're also on what else are we on? Twitter,
We're gonna
and
be on Instagram short. Like we will be.
we'll be there soon. If someone makes
Yes.
the account, if someone ever makes the account. And
I'll get it done.
Blue Sky, we're on Blue Sky, I think. Yeah, we're on Blue Sky. Yes, so follow us on Blue Sky actually, because I think that's where we've had the most like not interaction, like we've posted most on there. So follow us on there and Twitter for now, and let us know what you want to hear from us. So see you guys next time. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.